Yes, today we are going to talk about the paradigm shift in archives and records management versus job readiness. And this, I believe, will assist a lot of academics, those who are still learning, and those already completed but still looking for the job, because it will prepare them about getting ready for the job market. In my introduction, I would like to start by highlighting that although we still have few streams considered scarce skills, challenge of unemployment or employment and employability of candidates cut across different academic streams. The key challenge or challenges among current candidates under academic development is the focus during and after studying. For instance, most candidates focus on acquiring certificates and knowledge during their studies, and that is a worry factor. And most of them focus on getting employed than creating employment opportunity for them and other counterparts during and after their studies. After completing one qualification, most of them, they want to add another parallel qualification than going vertical with studies. Normally, people who target to be employed than being employer will try to accumulate as much or as many certificates as possible. In most instances, without much practical knowledge or thinking real life situation in the market or industry. And that is a danger to their future. Going further, I would like to urge you to make yourself closer to the market by building a relationship with the industry. For instance, you may pay frequent visit or regular visit to your industrial market so that you are familiar with the changes and the mode of operation in the current era, or even volunteering your service to them so that you are getting on, and that will give you much opportunity to get tested about your performance and contribution to the organization. And the other more important thing is to join professional bodies such as the South African Society of Archivists, SABICA at the regional level, as well as the International Council on Archives at the international level. So this will enable you to meet your prospective or respective employers or future employers. And by so doing, you'll be also having opportunity to identify conferences that are relevant in your field so that you can attend to interact and network with other professionals who are already in the market. And some of these people may be your prospective employers. And this will also help you to update yourself with the current knowledge and current mode of operation in the industry or in the field. And the other important thing is that you do not have to stop studying. Study further. And the expectation is that you study vertical than changing your career. You can get as much bursaries as possible from, especially for the postgraduate studies. There are a lot of companies giving bursaries. So you need to go vertical than horizontal, because with horizontal, you will accumulate as much certificate as possible in different fields. Some of them you may not even use the knowledge in the market. The other thing is that you need to relate with your prospective employers and the market for your business in case you plan to initiate one in future. One critical thing is that job advertisement is not intended to solve unemployment problem, but the industry is always targeting to solve their own organizational problems with the position which they are advertising. So you need to be alert of that. Another important thing is that due to the current unemployment rate, candidates must come to realize the paradigm shift about employment as well, rather than paradigm shift in the industry. Situation now dictate focus on the self-employment, which also dictate knowledge acquisition and knowledge-centered learners than certificate-centered learning. I believe there is an opportunity for entrepreneurship in every field of study, including archives and records management, communication and media studies, in any industry that you may think of. You need to acquire knowledge and skills and try to make interconnection of such to the real situation in the industry so that you can practicalize what you have learned. Aim to provide unique skills and competency so that come an opportunity in the market, you are able to compete with your counterparts with ease. And to become wise and innovative and progressive, you need more knowledge. You need to acquire as much knowledge as possible, opposite to acquisition of as much certificate possible. So this will make you dream big, especially for the business development in your career. There are many business opportunities in your career. For instance, we have for communication and media studies, event management. And in information science or information studies, you can think about infopreneurship. There are a lot of those opportunities in the industry. All this depends on your initiative from what you have learned in class, in your career, or during your qualification acquisition. Knowledge-focused results. What is the consequences? What is the results? What is the benefits after acquiring more knowledge in opposite to the certificate? So in your studies, you'll understand that the information that you use for study in your curriculum come to you or is realized as a data during your studying, and it can only become information once you understand the content and you become informed about the mode of operation in the industry. And thereafter acquisition of information, you become knowledgeable with the information in mind. After your understanding or your mind digests the information. And once you are knowledgeable, then you become wise. And wise people always becomes initiative and creative to start something new that other people could not imagine, such as entrepreneurship in your field and many other things in the same bracket. So here I want to share examples of a few people who succeeded with knowledge but without certificates. For instance, we see people like Bill Gates who dropped out of the university to succeed in business without certificate. Um, he became a co-founder of Microsoft and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Included in the Forbes list of the world's wealthiest people since 1987. So you can see there are a lot of people who succeed with knowledge but without certificate. So this is opposite or different to those acquiring certificate without knowledge. Because if you have a certificate, you don't have knowledge, then you are stuck because you may not become initiative to come up with a business in the industry or do something different to the market. The other successful people without certificate include Richard Branson, the founder and CEO of the Virgin Group, and the other one is TV personality and chef Richard Ray and Betty Van Zyl for ZZ2. With knowledge, you may get certificate through uh, recognition of prior learning, for instance. But with certificate alone, you may not get knowledge afterwards, because knowledge you get through studying process. If you miss studies and you maybe been cheating and all those things, then you are stuck with the certificate or that paper in your hands without any benefit. And if you want to succeed in your target industry, you need to research and learn more about general modus operandi, target clients, environment, and many more other relevant things to the business. Develop love for what the nature of the job that you studied or that you want to do. Understand what your business sphere of influence is like, and accumulate as much information possible about the business and target customers. Career opportunities in archives and records management. I believe we still have high scarcity level for archives and records managers in the country and across the world. Due to this, a lot of organizations, including those public and private entities, they still appoint people without relevant qualifications. Only few people are qualified with qualifications in most organizations, in both public and private. In most instances, organizations in the industry employ public people with public admin, ICT, business admin, and few others because of disparity for scarcity. The following are existing career opportunities that one may find themselves in. But at the entry level, you may find yourself as a registered clerk, chief registered clerk, admin officer, senior admin officer, up to the level when you become the record manager. A record manager is responsible to ensure proper management of records from creation to disposal in different formats and media within the organization, depending on the level of appointment. This is not to scare you, but records manager is not an easy job, but is enjoyable when you know what you are doing and the risk that comes with it. There is a long story that we can discuss in another platform, another video. Archivist is responsible to ensure proper management and disposal of records throughout the life cycle. So here I wanted to share with you the different responsibilities between the record management and archive management. In the record management, uh, we include the management of records from creation to disposal, regardless of forms of media. This is during the active life of the records. And the record management level, we expect officials to conduct record audit, control record creation, uh, do record filing, access control, maintain active and semi-active records, ensure that record safety and security are rest assured, and they plan and manage record disaster, develop and maintain record systems, develop and implement filing plan, policies, and procedures. Record appraisal and disposal are also conducted and responsibility of the record management function. And the record management function ensure awareness workshops for all staff are conducted, and the record manager is also responsible to develop and empower junior officials or staff. So looking at the archive management side, archival records repository should be managed, and training of record management staff is conducted at this level, and inspection of record management functions is being properly done, housed, and advocate for archival records. And the record archival management also ensure that they control access to archival records. They develop guidelines for archives and records management for the institutions. They also develop archiving policies and procedures, develop and implement archival systems. They also develop and implement archival disaster management plan. So this at this level, the archivist also approve institutional policies, procedures, procedure manual policies, filing plans, systems, and format conversion of the records. They also, more importantly, enforce compliance to record management legislation. So the paradigm shift in archives and information science. In the olden days, archives, records, and information were housed and managed in both paper-based and analog with a physical shelving, which is different to the current era. In the current era, we are now digital and electronic technologies are being applied. Digitization and digitalization are being implemented, and information technology is being used effectively and widely. And the fourth industrial revolution is being applied. This brings in the importance of skilling and reskilling of the candidates. Even if you completed your studies long ago, you still need to align yourself to the current situation. Otherwise, you become irrelevant to the market. Unemployment comes in between to enforce entrepreneurship. So obviously, if there's no employment, one may need to use his own initiative to come up with a strategy to implement the job opportunity. So electronic record management also evolved after being introduced uh, from the paper-based records management. So initially, the introduction was with separate systems for both management of both electronic document and electronic records. But in a long run, the technology evolved to integrate both electronic document and electronic record management systems into electronic document and record management system, or integrated records management system. And eventually they became evolved as well to introduce what we call enterprise content management system. Here I just wanted to project uh, the evolution towards digital transformation, which include the usage of digital products. And this involved digitalization and digitization. Digitalization has to do with automation and of business process, while digitization include or is about digitizing the records themselves. So in this regard, records are converted into digital, whether paper-based or analog, so that they can be managed through the digitalized system. That is a transformation. Evolution of technology in the Industrial Revolution. This here I want to show you how Industrial Revolution evolved from the first to the fifth. It has started by the end of 18th century. That is the first Industrial Revolution. And with the introduction of water, steam, and steam-powered power. Well, the second Industrial Revolution was introduced by the beginning of the 20th century with the introduction of industrial mass production. Well, by 2000, the year 2000, which is was the beginning of the 21st century, we discovered the introduction of the third industrial revolution with the introduction of industrial automation and robotics. Well, 2013 brought us the fourth industrial revolution with the introduction of digital processes in the industry. Now, by the year 2020, the world has realized the introduction of the fifth industrial revolution with the introduction of co-working or collaboration of organizations and individuals. So you can see the evolution is going on and on and on. So here I just want to share with you a number of industrial revolution technologies. These include artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, advanced robotics, Internet of Things, big data, 5G, augmented reality, horizontal and vertical integration, simulation, cloud computing, additive manufacturing, and cyber security. This is only the few of those key technologies. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that the certificate or qualification alone may not work, but knowledge and skills alone may work. So let's focus on acquiring more knowledge than acquiring more certificates. So I closed by sharing few career opportunities again in the field of archives and records management. These include audiovisual archivist or record manager, audio records archivist or record manager, digital records manager or archivist, electronic records archivist or record manager. And in the olden days, you will find yourself as a paper-based record manager or archivist. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the channel so that you can access as much videos as possible. And more importantly, give a thumbs up in case the video was good for you, and share the video with other colleagues or students or whatever you think can be useful for them. Comment for discussion in the comment slot.